and Desiree, and this is a new, brand spanking new booktube channel. So we're here to bring you our first book haul of the month of May, and I brought home a total of 8 books, and I have 4. Thanks in part to a closing out sale of a local bookstore, Teardrop. So without further ado, let's get started! So to start off, my May book haul is Creativity Inc. by Ed Catmull. It's no shock to most of my friends and family that I would one day like to work for Pixar. So this is like homework to study for my future employer, right? Look Pixar, I'm reading the book by Ed Catmull, president of Pixar and Disney Animation. I've heard a lot of good things about this book from blogs like the Pixar Post on Twitter, but I haven't really looked into those reviews in depth because I don't want to get spoiled. This next book is huge, and it is by the lovely Esther Earl. It's like she's here. Look, we got like the same size face. Anyways, Esther wrote this book. It's a collection of journal entries along with write-ups from friends and family, and an introduction by John Green. And so I am actually about halfway through this book right now, about this far. It's really interesting so far just to hear the diary entries of another teen, cancer or not. She's very much just a regular kid, and I don't know why anyone would ever think otherwise. Third in this book haul is a book that I have had my eyes on for a long time, and it's Winger by Andrew Smith. Nice big bold title, and you got this photograph, but on the back it's the same thing but like as a doodle. This is really interesting to me. I always think about what covers mean and what they have to do with the story, so this is really cool. Next on this list is yet another contemporary novel, and it's called The Probability of Miracles by Wendy Wonder. Yes, that is her real name. Wendy Wonder actually just came out with a new book, not connected to this one, but this is her first published novel. I actually already read this book in early May, and I enjoyed it a whole lot. The next book is called Scarlet. It's the second book in the series, The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer, and the first book I got in late April, and it's called Cinder. Both of these books have something to do with fairy tales. They're sort of modern future retellings. I really enjoyed this book, so I have a feeling I'm really gonna enjoy this book. I don't have Cress, but I'm going to get it soon. The next books I have are Prince Award winners for excellence. The first one is called Where Things Come Back by John Corey Whaley. I have been looking at this book for a long time, even when it was the brown cover with the hummingbird that was sort of cartoonish and it really wasn't that appealing then. I think the redesign looks a lot better. And the next Prince Award winner is Looking for Alaska by John Green. I have already read this book. I think I read it in 2012, right after I read The Fault in Our Stars. And I borrowed that version from the library, but I've been needing to get a copy of my own, so I finally got it. This is a really great one. I would suggest it to anybody who has read The Fault in Our Stars. If you just want and you need a little more heartbreak in your life, John Green is for you. And the last book in this haul to wrap it all up is The Tipping Point. You probably have never heard of this book because booktubers do not tend to do reviews on business nonfiction books, but it's a business book. Apparently the author Malcolm Gladwell is a bestseller, and so I got this for my birthday. Shout out Jennifer! And the reason she gave it to me is because we're both business majors, so she passed this along to me. So, to be read. 2014, it's gonna happen. Yes.
So the first book that I got is Side Effects May Vary by Julie Murphy. It is a contemporary young adult novel. It is about a 16-year-old girl named Alice who's diagnosed with leukemia, and she enlists her best friend Harvey to help her out with her crazy bucket list that is full of revenge and hope. as she goes along with the things on her bucket list. I guess she kind of has to deal with the side effects of her actions. I have heard that if you liked John Green's The Fault in Our Stars, that you should like this book as well. And I recently just read The Fault in Our Stars, so I'm really excited to get on this. I don't know when I'm gonna get to it. The next two books I got kind of to compensate for the fact that this one book that I did want by this author was not there. So I got The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight and The Geography of You and Me, both by Jennifer E. Smith. I got these because this wasn't there, but I will get it one day. This one is about a 16-year-old girl named Hadley, as she missed her flight that would get her to London in time for her father's wedding. She gets on a later flight, and on this later flight she meets this guy named Oliver, and he is British, and he is sitting in her row. I have already read this book, and so it will be in my May wrap-up, but I will tell you that it is definitely more than just a love at first sight novel. It has to do with family and changes and stuff like that. This one is about these two teenagers who live in the same apartment complex, but they only meet during a citywide blackout that leaves them trapped in their elevator. And after they're rescued, they move apart, but as they move farther apart geographically, they stay connected emotionally, or so it says in the summary. So we'll find out if this is one of those long-distance relationships that fail, or if this is one that will succeed against all odds. The last book I got was The Elite by Kira Cass, and it is a dystopian novel that is the sequel to The Selection. People keep saying that this is The Hunger Games meets The Bachelor. I see The Bachelor part, but I don't see The Hunger Games part. I think people just say The Hunger Games merely because there is a competition and only one will win at the end, but isn't that like how most competitions go? Basically, this takes place in a post-apocalyptic North America called Aaliyah, and the prince of this nation has become of age and he's looking for his bride. So girls have entered into this competition, and only 35 girls are selected. And basically in The Elite, it has been cut down to the top girls. The third and last book in the series came out on May 6th, I think it was, and I haven't gotten that one yet, but it will happen soon, hopefully. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed that book haul. Stay tuned for more videos.
Down below, comment in the doobly-doo, what was the best book you read this month? Give us the title, author, and rating out of 5 Archie scare pigs from Monsters University.
So now you can click our faces for our May wrap-ups, if you want to go check those out.
In honor of Craig Ferguson, host of the Late Show on CBS, we are going to close out this video with an awkward pause.